This is the most requested video of the year, the Parade of Homes. If you don't know what the Parade of Homes is, it is builders' opportunity to showcase the absolute best of the best. They're in competition, people are voting, people are literally buying tickets to walk through the nicest homes in Colorado Springs, or what we hope is the nicest homes in Colorado Springs.
Hopefully.
We're starting out here in Winsome, but we're gonna be going everything from $1 million-ish all the way up to $4 million. So stick around because you are not gonna wanna miss this. Where are we right now?
Right now, Winsome community in Black Forest, northeast of Colorado Springs proper. Big custom home area, 2.5 to 5 acre lots. You're gonna see a lot of that stuff today, a lot of big lots, nice houses. We're only gonna look at the custom stuff today. We're not gonna check out the production homes because, hey, custom homes are a little bit fancier.
Now, what are the rules of the Parade of Homes? It's all new, right?
All
it can't
new.
be a remodel.
Yep, it's all brand new construction. Builders actually pay 5 figures to put their home in the Parade of Homes.
I did not know
That's
that
a lot of
until
money.
this second.
Yeah, so
wow.
They pay to get their home in the Parade of Homes. Wow. It's a big marketing tool for them. Builders, custom builders, they'll sell $1, $2, $3 million+ homes just from the parade.
That's
people
incredible.
Coming through, loving the architecture, because things are gonna hit different with different people, right?
Yep, and what you're gonna see today, I think the big trend that you're gonna see as we're doing these videos is, trends. You're going to see the trends. Is we're gonna try to be highlighting some of the things that we're starting to see more often. We've talked to some of the designers, we've talked to some of the stylists, we've talked to some of the architects, and that is gonna be the name of the game so that when you are working on your house, you can kind of take some of those wild elements from these big custom homes, maybe bring them into your own home in a style that fits you. But without further ado, I cannot wait for this one because you can see it in the distance. It is gorgeous. I love it. I'm super excited. Let's get after it. So I have not been to this house yet. Well, I've been standing outside the house. I haven't been in the house yet. I'm super excited because I think the exterior looks super beautiful. And I got my booties on so that, you know, we can keep it nice and clean in there. It's gonna be a booty shoe kind of day. But I'm excited to get in there. Chris has already walked it.
Yeah.
So this is my first time seeing it.
So I'm gonna give Kyle the tour so you get to see his initial reactions to everything. It's kind of what we're gonna do throughout the day. House number 1, like we said, Winsome, priced at just a skosh under 1.6. This is Colorelli Custom Homes. They build homes all over El Paso County. They actually build homes all over the state of Colorado if you're interested. But let's get in. There's some unique architecture.
Cool.
It's, you know, on the outside, you've got kind of this Swedish architecture with some natural wood mixed with some stone. It's gonna carry through the rest of the house, so let's just get after it, man.
And just so you know, there's gonna be other people in here because they gave us some like exclusive access. They let us here before they actually opened up the Parade of Homes. So
yeah, so we're here a little bit early.
People kind of organizing and whatever.
Designers and workers and peoples.
So first off, how do I get this door? These like 8-foot door, giant glass.
Now check up, look above you.
Yeah.
Entryway.
Yeah.
Tongue and groove. Natural beams.
This is super cool. These like long sconces, I feel like, okay, that's trending right now, right? Like long lights to just, instead of just like harsh like beams.
And that's one of the things that we're gonna talk about today is you're gonna see some trends. And honestly, we're kind of seeing some trends now for the first time as we go through these houses. You're like, oh wow, that is really popular. So obviously all the parade homes, they're all gonna be fully decked out with decorations, decor and everything. Kelly's a designer for Colorelli, does an amazing job. She helps with the build design as well. So it's a great room.
Okay, I can turn
around, man, turn around.
Oh yeah, no, that is freaking gorgeous. Okay, so we were kind of talking as we were walking up here, there's kind of this style that's like this organic, modern kind of feel. And so it's like there's not like hard texture everywhere on the wall. Is this hand trowel? I don't even know.
This is a very light hand trowel.
Okay, like a very light hand trowel. So it's like, it's mostly really smooth. With just like a little bit of texture there. But I love like this color palette, super neutral, really soft greens. I feel like a chapel.
One of the trends that I didn't realize was a trend apparently, because we're gonna see it more, archways.
Archways are back?
I guess so. I did not get this memo, but I think they are.
Whoa.
So interior doorways where there's not a door. a lot of them we're seeing as arch now.
Okay, this is my opinion on the arch. Is like, I think the arch can work if the architecture around it supports it.
You can't force it in, right?
Yeah, and like the architecture here does support it because it kind of has, I don't want to use the word Tuscan because it's not Tuscan.
Yeah.
But you know how Tuscan kind of has that like organic feel?
Yeah.
Like, oh, this was made with clay or
Natural
whatever,
material.
like natural material. And so like the archway kind of feels very much like that. So in this scenario, it does kind of feel. Yeah,
now for me, this right here though.
Look how huge, hold on, I gotta give some scale.
I'm gonna say 16-foot door with an 8-foot opening, and they did the 2 side lights.
Yeah.
So it makes the whole thing, I mean, you're talking, I'm bad at math, but I think it's 24 feet.
That sounds about like the right
24
math.
feet of glass looking out back.
No, that's super awesome because it really gives that like indoor outdoor feel.
Yeah.
And then by the way, now that I'm standing here looking that way, it's like also the front door. So like when everything is open, if you're entertaining, you just have this like really big flowing space. There's no hard breaks in the space.
It's just, you're right, it just flows in and out, Right, now there's some details outside that really jumped out to me right away as soon as I walked out back. And the first one are the columns.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little subtle difference, but it ties in the front exterior with those pop outs.
Yeah.
With the natural wood, and instead of just stucco or stone or just a single board on each side with the tongue and groove and then the trim, I don't know. It's a small detail, but I think it freaking looks awesome.
I think that looks so good. And like you said, it's not like even that complicated.
No.
But I'm for sure going to be taking a picture of that.
Right, yeah.
To tell my contractor, this is what I want done to those beams holding up our deck.
100%.
It looks super pretty. And I like, so out front, as you guys saw from some of that incredible drone footage, is you see that same wood look on like those vertical, on the pop-outs, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And so back here, you know, you don't have to do that everywhere, but doing it right there, it breaks it up so it's not all the same. And then they also have this kind of tongue and groove roof.
Yeah.
I think is what that is.
Yeah.
So just again, a really open space. Now these lots out in Winsome, they're big lots.
This is on
like,
this is probably like 2.8.
Yeah, so you've got like big houses, big lots, a lot of separation, a lot of privacy.
Yeah.
And it's interesting though, because even just like the flow of the landscaping back here is still very natural.
Natural looking, yeah.
It's not like forced, it's not anything wild. It's a really, really like gentle feel.
Ties into like the natural landscape very quickly off the back, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's check out, I wanna go show you the basement real quick, and I wanna finish up with the master primary suite and a little bit more of the kitchen.
Yeah.
So let's check out the basement. All right.
Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow. How do I?
So this.
Let me in.
This is one of
That's
the cool, unique
sweet.
features of the house. The space underneath the steps, what do you do with that? Most times, it's just it's an extra storage closet, right? An open glass door, glass at the top, some stone tile inside. Now you got yourself a nice little wine room.
That is really, really cool. I wonder legitimately if it's like temperature controlled in there, or if it's
I'm
just
wondering the same thing.
I mean, I don't see any.
I don't think it is.
I don't see anything like that, but the cool thing about being in a basement, so if you're not from Colorado, basically every house has a basement.
Yeah.
It is extremely rare to find a house here without a basement. And the nice thing about basements is they're generally a pretty constant temperature. So even if it's warm outside, it's gonna still maintain a much cooler
for
temperature.
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So, love the wine thing. I love the wet bar. I mean, this is wet bar / mini kitchen.
Wet bar kitchen.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly,
seriously.
man. Yeah. So you got huge, big stone slabs on the countertops. I mean, it's 42-inch cabinets up top with crown molding.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, like you said, it's almost a kitchen. If you had a stove, it would be a kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is perfect. I mean, I think the first thing that I noticed, so from my perspective, the first thing that I noticed when I came down here was the ceiling. First off, it's very tall. It's a 9-foot ceiling, but it actually draws your eyes upward. I think it just makes it feel very tall because there's this, it's not an aggressive pattern. It's not like anything wild, but it's, and I feel like you don't see this very often, where like the ceiling is painted the darker color.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So, but here you've got, I don't even know what you call this.
It's kind of some like a faux paneling look, you know, kind of almost like it looks like panels up there.
Because those are probably about an inch thick, and then this soft green, and it's that same, I feel like it's that same green that we saw upstairs on the fireplace, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. It ties in really well.
And so, and like that's something, that I feel like sometimes only designers really know is like, you know, I understand that I'm supposed to like match my thingy that goes here with like my cufflinks or whatever.
Right, yeah.
But like in a home, it's like what floors should be coordinated.
How do you
what
tie
paints?
that?
Yeah, how does it all tie in with the backsplash? Because if you don't know what you're doing, it just becomes, it's so much,
Hodgepodge.
yeah, it's just so much space
Yeah.
that you just end up putting live, laugh, love everywhere and hoping that
I think I have that in my house. Tell my wife.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
So you got another bathroom, bedroom, 2 extra bedrooms actually down here with a bathroom. You know, it's kind of, I want to say kind of your basic setup in a basement, you know?
Now this is what's crazy, right? Is we haven't even seen the master, and we have, because I was like, are we done with this house? No, we haven't seen the master.
Master and kitchen we had to check.
We haven't seen the kitchen yet either, because we were kind of respecting some space, because again, we're kind of here before we're supposed
A
to.
little bit early.
But I'm very excited. Let's go master.
Let's go,
first.
yeah. Ooh.
Hate that.
Okay, so primary suite. Now I will say, in comparison to some other custom homes, it's not huge. It's not like this crazy over-the-top expansive custom suite.
Right.
Primary suite, but it works, man.
I actually think that the suite, because now I'm seeing it behind you.
Yeah.
The suite is actually huge. The bedroom itself is not huge. And as I haven't been back there yet, but what I am gathering, also, look at this freaking window. Oh my God. Look how big these windows are. I'm also remodeling my house right now. We literally just ripped everything out. So I'm just like, okay, I want this, I want this, I want this.
Ideas, man.
I need more money. But what's cool about this room is because it's small, I noticed I'm like, well, there's like a dresser in here.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what's cool is that it's because the rest of the suite is where the rest of the stuff is, so that the bedroom can just be the bedroom.
It's not all cluttered furniture.
Exactly, like you've got your side tables, you have like a dresser over there, and then some chairs.
And then the bathroom.
This bathroom.
This is, I'm not the biggest guy, but this is pretty good space.
This is gorgeous. Okay, this is super popular right now, is these freestanding, beautiful tubs. This is gorgeous. This is the fanciest.
And closet space, his and hers.
Ooh, separate.
Which is nice.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Wow. This is huge. It's like a whole changing room. Okay, this is also big, but right behind the camera, there's also a big window. And so like having that really nice natural light in here, because it's like closets are like always dark.
Yeah, and I love the built-in drawers, like you said, so you don't have to have a big dresser out here.
No, this is really exceptional.
You got his closet, which is obviously smaller.
Obviously.
No dressing area, but very nice nonetheless. Now I know you probably saw a glimpse of it when
Glimpses,
we came in.
but I was trying not to
Try not to look. So the kitchen behind us, check it out. Check it out.
Oh yeah. Okay, so this, I don't know why my brain keeps going back to the word Tuscan. I think it's just because it's like this open, you know what I think it really is it really just feels communal. I think is really how I would describe this space overall. Yeah. It's a very communal feel. It feels like a place that you'd really want to gather.
Just kind of hang out
and be together.
Look at it. It's not drastically different from a layout perspective compared to a lot of other homes. It's kitchen, island, dining, living area. But just the way the high ceilings make it feel much bigger than it is square footage wise. I like the separation of the sink over here.
Yes.
It kind of goes against the whole triangle cooking thing a little bit, but I like it because, again, we've talked about windows like 40 times.
Yep.
This freaking huge window looking out over the back patio with your sink. So, I don't know. I really like the flow of it.
Okay, so we will give you the honest feedback, and what we're gonna do is like what I loved, what I didn't love, and we'll just do one of each.
One up,
and
one
we'll
down,
do this at each house as well. So for me, what I love, we'll start with the bad so that we end.
I like it, yes.
Yeah, so my least favorite thing in the house was actually like around the fireplace. It was the fireplace itself. I liked kind of the framing of it. I loved the tall green paint. I thought that was beautiful. It looked really soft. It really like extended, but I didn't like the tile in the actual fireplace itself.
Okay.
It was like those little like crystals down there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was putting out a lot of heat.
It was heated up.
But it just didn't, it was like everything was like so soft and organic, and then that was like
harsh, angular crystals versus like you'd mentioned, put some like the fake log.
Yeah, I would have really preferred that. Or honestly, I'm just a big fan of like a real fireplace.
Yeah,
I like real wood, but you know, sometimes rich people don't like that.
That it's too much work.
Yeah.
For me, the number one negative was the pantry.
Oh yeah.
I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Just for a house of that size, the pantry space, and they kind of had a couple different areas you could use as pantry space, but kind of the main one right by the kitchen kind of had like some little shelves tucked in a little alcove kind of. So you'd have to do something else in there to kind of create some more storage. Would have been a little bit nicer if it was already done up.
Sure. Now I will say, my favorite thing about the house is the house itself. I love looking at this house. We were just kind of like analyzing. You've got all kinds of different shapes. You've got the peaked roofs. You've got the sideways roof. You've got the kind of the big stone block right in the middle with the chimney over on the right side. I think I love the textures, the vertical wood slats on the outside, the stone. I think it looks so beautiful, and something that goes along with that is like the windows. That house had exceptional, whoever did their windows absolutely crushed it on this one.
Yeah, well, since you've stolen mine with general architecture, I would say the other thing that I enjoyed about it was, honestly, the master suite. It wasn't too big where it felt ridiculously, waste of space, but it was a good sized bedroom, and I personally liked the bathroom. We had some conversations and not everyone agrees with me, but I like the bathroom myself. I like the separate shower, the separate tub, and the two different closets, dressing area. So anyway, primary suite for me, big positive on this one.
All right, let's roll to Elk Ridge.
All right, so we are at house number 2 for our Parade of Homes tour for the day. This home is in Kings Deer, which is a golf course community in northern El Paso County. Community's been around for quite a while, but there are still new lots in here, obviously. Now this home is built by Elk Ridge Custom Homes. So kind of excited for this one.
Yeah,
these are great dudes,
excited.
so I'm happy to see their house.
Yeah, it's great lot, great area. As you're pulling in and like you're driving through the golf course area, it's super gorgeous, but this is the Parade of Homes, not Parade of Neighborhoods. So let's go see the home.
Let's check it out. It's all ceilings. What do you notice about the ceiling?
I noticed the ceiling is a very similar style and kind of that pattern where the darker color is
on the ceiling, right?
And it's got that like kind of cross beam. I'm gonna call it cross hatch beam work. Yeah, cross hatch beam work architecture by Kyle. But no, I love that. It's really, really pretty.
Yeah.
And then also, by the way, they have the light trowel on the walls as well.
Yeah, it's a super light hand texture is definitely the style right now. Now what about, look at the arches, right?
Okay. Oh, arch. Oh yeah. Yeah, so you have arches all the way across. I see like 6 from here. But again, it kind of feels like because it feels like it fits the style. It's not just like a $300,000 production build, like with orange peel and whatever. It's like those look like they belong. They look very organic and very fun. I also notice trend is this frame. Yeah, is that what that's called?
It's kind of the mantle, but
like, I'm gonna call it the frame.
Too,
I'm gonna call it the frame of the fireplace. Okay, and like I was talking about last time, you see how that's wood? And that looks so much better. And it looks like it belongs.
Right, yeah.
This framing is really popular lately. And then of course, like the floor to ceiling with some other kind of stone. I love that look. It looks beautiful.
No, I think.
Long lights. I'm telling you.
The decor, the overall style. And again, this isn't a massive, 9,000 square foot house. It's about 5,400 square feet total, which is, don't get me wrong, that's a big house. I got it.
That's a big house.
But we're gonna look at something that might be a little bit bigger. So 5,400 square feet, 5 bed, 6 bath. But this feels still cozy. It doesn't feel just open and massive to the point where it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Oh, man. This is, first off,
But how big is this?
This is Greenland. Is that a size?
Between Iceland and Greenland?
Yeah, this is like giant. Now this, right, because a lot of places it's like having like the formal dining table even isn't like super popular anymore.
Can I mention something real quick? If you stand right here, I'm doing my dishes. What view do I have?
Oh my God.
That is silly.
Yeah, that is pretty silly. And it's just perfect because that house is just off to the side.
Out the big doors,
Pikes Peak.
Just yelling at you while you're doing your
Well,
dishes.
and those giant sliding panoramic doors. That's
nice,
a classic. Like you will not find a luxury home that does not have big panoramic
big
doors.
slide doors, yep.
But I even love this space. Look at this 6 burner with the griddle.
Yeah.
I love this this design feature here. It's like setback. This is again very
You can say it.
Tuscan.
I know, right?
Ah!
It's got like a little piece of that.
It is.
Yeah.
Which I think, again, like I said in the last house, the Tuscan is really just, it's inviting, it's communal, the giant Viking.
Viking appliances throughout. Yeah.
Is this like a little coffee bar over
Yeah,
here?
it's a little coffee bar, kind of butler's pantry-esque, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the double oven. I mean, the appliances are dialed in. Viking stuff, absolute top of the line. I didn't mention the price since we're talking how nice the appliances are. 1.7 is the build price of this house. So, skosh more than the last one. By skosh, I mean 100,000. But
Yeah.
I won't lie, I can kind of feel it a little bit.
No, I like it. And it's interesting because like the color palette. So now I don't know, what I feel like I've been noticing is like the flips, when you're seeing a lot of flips, they feel very sterile. It's like grays. It's like very like kind of bluish grays and hyper white everywhere. And I feel like because people are spending more time at home, since the COVID thing, it feels like things are trending towards like just warm and cozy. It's like, how do I make this warmer? How do I make this cozier? How do I bring some kind of exterior elements inside? So you see a lot more plants.
The organic thing.
The organic feel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the...
So let's pop into the master suite.
Oh, this is the master suite.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Sweet. Okay, so again, this room is not huge, but again, because I can see behind you,
I know, right?
it's because the rest of the suite is where the space is, but these beams above, it's such a cool touch. And they did this in a couple rooms.
Yeah.
And it just adds so much dimension. I think it's really beautiful.
In the master bath, like this is a pretty nice, it's a pretty nice setup.
This is a super nice setup. Daddy Kyle approves. We got the soaker tub a little bit lower, but still really pretty. Very, very nice. I liked at the last one, it was by the window, which was kind of cool because I vibe with that. I'm trying to show everybody the goodies. But also this, okay. Look at this shower, how it's got the double shower head. Again, that long bench that goes across. Big double vanity, and then as you go behind me, this giant built-in closet, tons of storage space, tons of shelving and racks and bars, everything. But it continues, the flow continues for the greatest thing about when you have a custom home and you can have your wash and your laundry all in the same, if you never leave
the master suite area.
Yeah, you never leave this corner of the house. So, some people do just have big houses like this, but then they become empty nesters, but they still live there because they still want to have the family gatherings and stuff like that. And it's like, great. Now this is the usable space of the house and the rest is for when everybody comes.
There's some things like style-wise that I kind of like. You mentioned what trends are kind of becoming more popular is wall, baseboard, trim, doors, same color. There's not like a huge, there's like a slight difference, but it's not that white.
It's basically, it's basically like just which one is matte, which one is like a semi-gloss, which one,
So that's something that we're seeing a lot more of.
In fact, I heard a designer on Instagram say that the cardinal sin of design is white baseboards with a different colored wall. So he's saying that what you just acknowledged is, he said the cardinal sin is doing them different.
Interesting.
He said they should just be the different like tone.
That's definitely
the different finish.
A modern feel, But let's check out, I won't lie, man. Main level is awesome. The views are awesome. I got a soft spot for this basement.
Yeah?
Let's check it out, dude.
Well, look at this lighting here. I think is so cool. I love, it's like these little details that I think Elkridge does really cool. Like, they don't need to put this honeycomb shape here.
But it's cool.
But it looks cool, and it's just like...
touch, right? Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Right?
Oh my God. Now I feel bad, because in the last house, we had the cute little wine thing,
right,
which was a great use of the space. But this is... No, Cowboy, our barman just left. Right, But look at this is a legitimate.
It's a whole different level.
The thing is that I feel like a lot of times when you see wet bars, it's like, do people really use them? And I'll tell you, the answer is no. Like, I feel like most people don't actually use wet bars. This is a space that is designed to entertain. And look, locked door, do not attempt to open.
They put that on there for us, specifically.
But look at just this space back here. Again, that really beautiful backlit. That is a very cool trend. I know you can DIY it, but like, I am not that talented, so I just hire people to do it. But this huge space just like screams luxury, custom, beautiful. I don't even like alcohol that much. So maybe I would just put pre-workout back there and protein bottles.
Shakes.
Yeah, and protein bars. That's what you're gonna find at Kyle's bar.
This is a bar. This is not like,
this is sweet.
You got a sink in the basement, that's cute. No, this is a bar. And the thought of this, like, what else would you do with that space? You know what I mean? It's just the perfect setup for it, man. This is great. Something we didn't capture upstairs, but I thought of it now looking at this, the stamped concrete. Did you notice the upper level deck? It's not wood or Trex, it's actually poured concrete.
What?
That's stamped that matches down below.
Oh, no.
So that's a nice custom feature you're not.
Yeah, this is freaking beautiful. Man, now I wanna go upstairs and see what's up there.
All right, so upstairs, bedrooms and a loft. So it seems pretty simple, but there's a lot packed into this space.
Yeah.
3 bedrooms, bathroom, and like I said, the loft areas, I mean, this is huge. This is a great amount of space. You can see kids doing homework up here, little play areas, some beanbag chairs, however you want to stage it. This is kind of kid zone. That's how I look at it.
I feel like you get sent to timeout all the way up here because the basement is way too freaking cool.
Right. Adults are in the basement, kids are way upstairs, and the middle's like a buffer. Yeah, that's how the house flows.
100%, 100%. Yeah, because like, I saw that stamped concrete that you were talking about, which is freaking rad. So, I mean, I'm putting like the biggest freaking hot tub out there and sauna and cold plunge so that I can grab my protein out of the bar area. We are driving away from the beautiful Elk Ridge Customs home.
I like that they have golf carts to take you to and fro.
Yep, that's it. Okay, video's over.
Done.
No, okay, so favorite thing about the house, or least favorite thing about the house?
Least favorite thing for me, and I had to really think about it, but was size of the master closet. A little small, still bigger than mine, but a little small for the price point.
Yeah, if we're being picky, we can be picky.
Yeah, this is being picky.
For me, I actually loved the home overall. For me, it was really just the color palette. I'm not a big fan of like the gray tones. It's like the gray tone in the wood grain, gray tone in the beams overhead, gray tone.
Gray.
A lot of gray, very gunshipy.
Okay, I got you.
From my previous life.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about the house?
My favorite thing about the house, downstairs, bar, wine, legit room, a wine room area, full wall of glass. That was dialed in,
That was so cool. To be honest, for me, I think it was the basement that made that house. When I walked in, it was like everything looked so good. It was beautiful, the kitchen. But when I walked into the basement, that's when I was like what?
Different level now.
That's when that was like showstopper for me, was just the size, the scale, the use of the space, where it felt like a whole house.
10-foot ceilings down there?
I'd never seen that before. That felt like something like just worth coming to see just to see.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, yeah.
All right, let's head out to
We're gonna go try to check out All About Homes.
Let's go.
All right, so this is house number 3 on the tour. Now, I'm just gonna say right now, we bumped it up a level.
Have we?
Yes, we have.
Okay.
It went up a level. This is All About Home Designs. We're in Grandwood Ranch, a community like the others, North El Paso County in the Black Forest area. They built an amazing home. They've had a home in the parade of homes probably for the last 5 or 6 years. I've toured all of them and they got it dialed in. Scott, the owner, builds an amazing house. And I haven't looked through the whole thing yet. So Kyle and I both are gonna probably be a little bit shocked at some of the stuff we see.
I haven't stepped into the house. I just like saw some peeps and I was like, oh my God. Starting with this door that is a 9-foot door, giant glass, custom built by a local company here called Pivot Doors.
Pivot door, because you don't have hinges on doors.
Yeah, obviously not. So
They pivot.
let's go check this beauty out. I'm super excited.
All right, so we're gonna take the path, kind of the flow of the traffic that's here right now. So we're gonna check out the master suite first. I know, stop it, stop looking around. Now here's what I'm gonna say, honestly. The space, square footage is not really much different than the last 2 that we saw.
I think it is a little.
It's a little bit, yeah. But I mean, you've got the full sliding doors in the master suite. You've got the stone fireplace, I love this mantle. It's like an I-beam kind of.
Yeah.
So you have like this industrial mix in with it.
Yeah, that's super cool. And then look at this chandelier.
Yeah.
I mean, that is super beautiful. This, I mean, like, it's crazy too because like, I haven't seen the rest of the backyard area, but just from what you can see landscape right here, like that looks like a resort.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Very resort feel.
Like I'm walking out of my suite at my resort, and that's what I'm walking onto.
Yeah,
100%, man. Yeah,
very classy, is very, very beautiful. And then now,
what is this behind you guys? Oh my gosh. Yep.
Very interesting. This is very similar to the one that we saw, but again, this tub. But now you've got 3 windows around. Again, I want to know who did these chandeliers. I probably am not allowed to touch them, but I did because it's beautiful.
And again, it's a lot of the same basic layout and design trends, but it's a different level. Like you don't have overlaid doors or drawer faces. Everything's like flush on the front. It's just a higher level of quality.
Little details.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Those elongated lights.
I'm telling you, those elongated lights, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so this is exactly what I was talking about. We won't open this, but we'll just make sure that you can see back there. So now this is that wall-to-wall niche that's now like built in. It adds dimension. It makes it feel a little bit bigger.
Yep.
Even the water closet is bougie and fancy.
I want to see this. I want to see this master closet.
Criminy.
Oh, have you seen one of these before?
No.
I can't reach that. Get a hold of that.
I got you.
And just pull on that rod.
Pull it?
Yeah.
Oh.
See, you hang shirts there, and then they tuck up, and you can get your shirt.
Wow.
Right? Fancy.
That's fancy.
It's the little things. No master closet is complete, in my opinion, without a washer and dryer directly located in it.
See? And that's what we were talking about doing in our house as well.
I love that.
And I like it. I mean, there's a lot more space in here to do it. This is like, okay, so sometimes you see a lot of these built-ins, and what really ends up happening is in the built-in itself, you have a lot of stuff that like looks cool, but then you're like, how would I actually utilize this space? And it's really kind of like nonsense. But what you can see here is like, there is tons of opportunity to use this space, tons of shelving. And it's not like it's the hugest area.
That's what I was gonna say. We were talking with Scott, the owner of All About Home Design, and he said this house is one of the smaller ones that they built. It's under 5,000 square feet. It's only about 4,800 square feet, but the design elements and how they've laid it out just makes so much sense. Yeah.
Spectacular. So now we're gonna go out and go up the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay, so usually you just walk up the stairs and see us at the top, but obviously you have these gorgeous floating stairs and then this landing that comes to these huge windows.
And they've carried this oak flooring with like this whitewash almost on it, like up the wall. So the stairs kind of just flow up the wall.
I'm telling you.
These LED lights.
I'm telling you, these tastefully placed are really exceptional touches. And like you're saying, they're just like little LED lights. They're not even like anything crazy.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna take a right and we're gonna go through a couple secondary bedrooms and bathroom. And they're very nice.
Oh my God. It's just like real design elements, right? Not just a standard bedroom, but like actually designed super well. Little Jack and Jill bathroom.
Just top-notch cabinetry throughout. That's some cool tile.
Super unique tile.
Even like the pendants on the chain. I wouldn't have thought of that, but I like that.
Yeah. Wow.
This secondary bedroom's got some nice mountain views.
Okay, so this is, when you start to bump up those price points and you start to get into this range, right? You know, you're in a $2.7 million range. Every room is going to have luxury. It's not going to be just the downstairs. So like you have huge panoramic sliding glass doors for a Jack and Jill tiny bedroom.
Yeah, exactly. Built-in custom closets, yeah.
To the deck?
Oh yeah, let's do the
balcony?
Yeah.
All right, this is just like, hold on. It's just a subtle feature. I say subtle.
Yeah, right, yeah.
This is just the balcony on the front side of the house. Now, I am a front porch person. I feel like I would become a front balcony person.
Front balcony. This is nice. I mean, and this is
pressed concrete.
It's poured concrete. It's not like it's a deck.
Yeah,
I mean, there's really, the location is primo too. I mean, Grandwood Ranch is a beautiful community.
Well, absolutely, and it's worth noting that but what's interesting is like sometimes you wonder when you go between the two houses, am I just going to be paying for a better location, right? Because you can obviously see there's tons of trees on this lot. I don't even know how big it is, but there's 100 trees on this lot. Whereas at the other ones that we're at, barren lot,
no trees,
right?
Yeah.
No trees at all. And so you wonder, is it basically going to be the same quality of house just on a $700,000 lot?
Right, yeah.
And the answer is no.
No, there's a little bit more different.
Yeah.
Now the upstairs of this house is, when I personally, having been in a number of these homes, when I think about all about home designs, this is something that they do really well. The house, there's a lot of living space built into the roof line so that from the outside, the house doesn't look massive and overwhelming. Just great. Your eye focuses on the architecture versus the size.
Interesting.
But once you get inside, you'll see there's a ton of living space upstairs, but you'll see some slanted roof lines because we're actually kind of up in the trusses a little bit.
Interesting.
So as we walk through, see how the good use of space it is. Yeah. So upstairs, whole other living room. I mean, sink. This, I don't even know what to look at. Look behind you. This is crazy. It's like windows into the lower level.
Yeah, it's not like, it's not just a loft. A loft is not really the right word, even though that's technically, I think, what it is. But this is a whole nother living space.
Living area.
It also feels luxurious. You have a back balcony here. Again, I want to know where they got all these chandeliers from.
The lighting.
These are
the
some
lighting
of the most
design.
beautiful lighting fixtures I've ever seen. It's another washer and dryer room, obviously.
Washer and dryer, sink.
Okay, this is, I feel like, every 7-year-old's dream.
Right? Yeah.
Because, so it's still, first off, these doors are still huge. The ceilings are still high. But this is like that loft area, the like send the kids to the attic to turn it into a little play place.
Yeah.
But yet, over here, this is crazy.
It's like a bunk room, right?
Yeah, there's 4 built-in beds back here, which is so cool. It's got this very long feel to it. Oh. This is the ultimate playroom.
I wouldn't be a 7-year-old and bring my buddies over here.
And the details, again, is I can feel, even though I have shoes on, I can feel this is like extremely soft carpet.
Yeah.
Very nice padding underneath.
And this is, this is above the garage. So this is utilization of that space above the garage that usually gets wasted. So whole other living space in here. So saw a little bit of kind of this main great room area when we came in the front door, but just things to highlight.
Dude.
Again, the exposed I-beams. I love that look. In the kitchen,
so that you have like the built-in appliances, right? That are built into, but not like, it's not corny, not cheesy, not like cheaply done. Like, that is beautiful. Obviously super luxurious. You've got the waterfall countertops that go all the way across that are gorgeous. And then look at this, this range and this hood vent with this giant thick, what is this, 3-inch thick stone covering it. So it's just the use of these like stones and the wood that just go so well together, and it's beautiful. But still, what is that? I mean, that might be an 11-foot ceiling just in here. I mean, that's super high, but I didn't notice it until you mentioned it in the master. So the master had the mantle that was the I-beam, but you also have I-beams that run through here as well.
And it's like the ceiling detail with the wood and then like, you know, kind of cased out along the edges. I noticed things like there's a paper towel holder built into the sink. That's pretty freaking cool. Well, that probably costs like $4, but still it's cool.
Oh, right here.
Right, yeah. Wow, it's the little things. No, I love the ceiling throughout this area for sure.
And then the great room.
Yeah.
This is one of the most exceptional great rooms that I've ever seen. Obviously, you know, the
21-foot ceiling.
The ceilings are super high. Still that cross beam, right? That we're seeing in a lot of them. And then just look how wide. I mean, I have to do this for perspective, but just so that you can kind of see the width here, right? So I'm 6 foot.
It's a 10-foot wide wall.
Yeah, so that's easily a 10-foot wide wall with a 6-foot wide fireplace. And then the beautiful stone that goes all the way to the ceiling, these deep but really tall built-ins as well that just, it adds to the luxury, it adds to the space.
Yeah. Let's check out the outside because we saw a snippet of it earlier, but man, it's pretty dialed into.
So obviously we're gonna walk through these big panoramic doors, right? Big sliding panoramic doors that just provide that indoor-outdoor living space. That, again, like we said, that is, you're gonna see that in every luxury home that you go through these days. You're never going to not have that. But this little oasis.
That's a word for it, man.
It is.
Yeah, because they've done this retaining wall that starts at the edge of the house so you can come around the garage. And they've just, the way they've incorporated the house into the lot with this retaining wall, all the way along the back of it. And this outdoor kitchen, this is a legit outdoor kitchen.
And then you can see over here, like the little water feature, and the built-in the water feature and the built-in fire pit down here. When I was talking to the designer, she said she was really kind of going for this. You'll see these elements throughout the house of a world traveler, right? So you've got the giraffe, you've got safari books. There's a lot of muted tones throughout the house.
Okay.
But she also really wanted to give this feel of it being a resort, right? So that you feel like you're in a resort in the mountains. And I will say,
Mission
accomplished. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, that was exceptional. That was the bump that we were expecting.
Bumped up $1 million.
That is maybe the most beautiful house I've ever seen in my entire life, if I'm being totally honest. Like every detail was incredible. The design was incredible. Yeah. Every finish. But we're gonna adjust the terms here. I'm gonna say, what did you not like, or what would you do differently? Because here's the thing, it's like, if you have $2.7 million to spend on a home, you can kind of be picky. So what would you have added or changed or done different if it was your house?
For me, I would have redesigned where that Jack and Jill master bedroom setup was upstairs, top of the stairs. Those hallways and kind of the entry and exit of it felt kind of narrow. For how big it opened the rest of the house was, I don't know what the design would have looked like, but just opening that up a little bit so the flow in and out it felt real restricted in the doorways.
Okay.
And again, not bad the way it is.
Nope.
But at this price point, being picky, I would have redone that.
Okay. So for me, I love the 4-car garage. It actually has like a little built out on the side for your lawnmower and for those extra little things.
Yeah.
So it's funny because earlier in the video, I said every house in Colorado has a basement. This house does not have a basement, which is totally fine because it's on like a really flat, really beautiful lot. What I would have loved is this space dedicated for our outdoor gear. And maybe that would just have to be like a separate shed, but like we've got climbing, hunting, camping gear, all that stuff.
Takes up a lot of room.
Takes up a lot of space and you want it to be protected. So it's like, I don't always just want it to be in the garage.
Sure, makes sense, yeah.
What did you like the best?
The best, and this is just stuff that I notice in custom homes a lot, is just the level of craftsmanship and detail.
Yeah.
So there's no fat caulk lines, where the joint's all funky looking. Everything is just like perfect. The paint isn't any orange peelish to it, that alligator skin sometimes you see. None of that, just perfectly smooth. The cabinetry, everything's just the level of detail and craftsmanship. That's the word that I think of when I walk through this house.
And Chris is very, very particular on that type of stuff. So he'll notice that and I'll be like, I never noticed. And now I start to see it as well.
Yeah.
So for me, it was the great room. When you walk in the great room, that huge fireplace, but then when you turn around and then when you're looking up at that loft, it also had that window.
Glass wall.
Yeah, the glass wall with the I-beams that went across. It was just like there were so many really cool textures and materials that were used that were all like seamlessly incorporated.
Yeah.
It was still very cozy, very resort-like, and it felt like just, oh man, everything was just so cohesive. And
it just flows.
But I loved the great room in the kitchen area. It was like exceptional.
All About Home Designs. Scott said this one is for sale. He never builds spec homes. It's always for a client. But this one, he's gonna sell it fully furnished, everything you saw in it for 2.9. If you're in the market, let us know. Next, we're about to bump up another $1 million.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I don't know how you do that, but let's do it. So we couldn't film inside of this one because it was just too busy. There was a lot of people, and honestly, the spaces were too small. And we want you to know that like we're being real, and we're not just saying that everything's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
100%.
So honestly, we probably just saved you guys a bunch of wasted time.
And $3.8 million.
And $3.8 million. It is one of my least favorite homes I've ever seen. And I just came from one of my favorite homes I've ever seen.
It's 7,500 square feet, so it's a huge home. It was you could tell it was built for a specific client, so the design, I'm imagining, was for that client. Yeah. But very, very choppy.
So just from the outside, you get this feel that like you're in Chesapeake Bay or like Nantucket. So it's very, very Northeast style, which was it's awkward because you're like in the pine trees and like the houses next to it kind of look like the last one that we saw. Yeah. So that was like really not a good flow. And I'm going to say this because Chris mentioned this at the last house. Is it the last house that we went to with that builder? It was like pristine. I mean, every paint cut, every caulk line, every trim piece. I mean, there was not a single thing that caught your eye. And in this one, it was like everywhere you went walking up the stairs, there was gaps between the stairs and the wall.
Right.
There was a 15-foot water spigot.
Don't know who's getting that.
Don't know who's getting that. Not me, not you. Just a lot of like details that unfortunately were pretty not 3.8 million.
Got missed. And I will say in their defense, but a lot of times builders are rushing to get the home done for the parade. You know, so they're kind of in here like a jillion trades
Sure.
on 100 miles an hour trying to get it done because they have to have it done before opening day, so they're allowed to show it in the parade.
I think the trade-off there, though, is that like now you get a ton of people walking through, and this is the first time they ever see your product, and that's the only
that's
chance
their representation of your brand.
Yeah, 100%. So anyway, that being said, I think the takeaway here is don't build a Nantucket home in the Colorado mountains. It's the same reason you don't build a beach bungalow in the mountains. Like it just looks freaking weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, that being said, we're gonna go to the last one, which we know is a
nice.
freaking killer. Yes. So let's get to it.
All right, so this is the last house we're gonna see today. Personally, maybe save the best for last, I think. Ooh. I don't know, we'll see. But this is the most expensive home in the parade this year, just under $4.2 million, over 8,000 square feet. Schmitz & Company is the builder. Sandy and Scott are the owners. They're actually inside right now, wonderful people. So I think let's just get into it because it's a lot of house to look at.
I'm stoked, starting with this. So at the All About Homes Design house, it had a pivot door, but this pivot door is like 7 feet wide, like 12 feet high. It's like, that is insane.
Yeah. So just, I mean, this house, like open, tall, big spaces, that's the theme you're gonna see. I mean, it is just massive inside. Like I said, 8,000 plus square feet, so it's a ton of space. And the views, you may notice.
Yes, I mean, views. Okay, so like I try to like avoid some stuff so we can start going through the house, but right when you walk in, you've got another 10 foot by what, 20 feet?
20 feet, yeah, this thing is huge.
Let's go check it out.
Yeah, this is decent.
So like, name of the game right out the gate for this house is windows. Big
it's like
windows.
All glass.
Yeah, it's all glass, big windows. I can see the master suite over there already has some really killer windows that lead you out. I mean, and then you can see the whole front range.
I mean, you're freaking
all the way up to Pikes Peak.
Mount Baldy up to freaking whatever, man. I don't even know.
A basketball court. I mean, obviously, you have to have that.
Obviously, yeah.
Now, so this house, what I'll say about this design that is already so different, right, is all the other houses that we've gone into so far, the design has been very warm, very cozy, very soft, neutral tones. But, and this is a little bit more on that like really white side.
Yeah,
but what
like
you see
stark.
But it's not ultra white. It's not like sterile. It doesn't feel like you're in a microchip factory.
Right, yeah.
There's still very like eggshell colors. That's not the right term for it. It's not beige like a hospital, but it's like really, really soft colors. Okay, so that's unique. This is the master wing.
Wing, yes.
It's not just a suite.
That's the term for it.
First thing we have over here is we've got the master bedroom, right? And again, it's these very, very tall walls. So it's still kind of actually, even though it's white and it's a soft white, it still has like that very like soft organic look to it.
The textures of the wall are unique.
Yep, I love this because it helps kind of break up that everything just is white.
And this is a detail, it's kind of a California-esque type detail. I'm starting to see it more where the walls actually flush with the baseboard.
Oh.
There's kind of a reveal right there.
That's cool.
So it's something that has to be done. You got to think about it all the way back to framing of how the walls are framed. So it's a nice high-end detail that just, I love it. That's sharp.
That is really cool. And then you're also starting to see this. I mean, again, just a minor detail, but you're starting to see this a lot more where these are like built in and they're really flush.
Not just the grates on the wall.
It's actually surprising to me that all of the outlets are not also like that. Just a little surprise there. But so from the master bedroom, now, well, you actually have your study in the wing, okay? So again, even just this study is freaking insane. You've got a 4-inch thick or 3-inch thick stone waterfall desk or office space.
Huge built-ins, you know, like this, again, the light, the windows.
And then it's got its own entry exit over there. So very much so, I guess, like if you're having like high profile business meetings, like legitimately you could do it here. This is
What is this?
Bananas.
This is the size of my house.
Okay, I'm gonna start over here because you gotta wait to see. So little washroom. Okay, so closet, exactly what you'd expect, right? Just giant, big built-ins, lots of great little features, lots of place, lots of space.
This, yeah. Yeah, this
But look at this. You got these big 24 by 48
big format
stones,
tiles, yeah.
And then these are all gonna be pressed to open, which is very nice, right? So you don't have any
hardware on it and everything. Yep.
Hardware.
Yeah.
But then look at this actual.
This is just sleek
bathroom
and
area.
modern.
This is crazy. I don't even know where the door's open.
It's the wet room, you know?
This is crazy. This is actually amazing. So dual shower head, right? Just seamless everywhere with this floating tub and these windows still, which make it just like, but there's nobody built back there. So like it's totally fine. And you're just standing here in all your glory.
It just makes you want to take a shower.
It really
It's freaking, yeah.
And the waterfall, I didn't even notice that up there. This is beautiful. I love these sinks like this.
Love this openness here.
Yeah.
Like you said, probably just drawer. Yep. Now, neither one of us has been upstairs yet, so this is a surprise to us as well. But from what I'm seeing going up the steps, I'm probably gonna like it.
Well, yeah, the stairs, I mean, they just have that single stringer up the middle. This just feels
This hallway,
huge
dude.
and immaculate. And there's windows on this side that are also all huge.
Windows
And
on
there's
top of windows.
So much space. Oh,
Laundry? Okay, let's go to the end and come back. You want to? Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do that. There's so much to look at. Another bed. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, what is? Oh, okay. Keeps its own up to the roof deck, the party deck.
is it worth coming up? Yeah. Let's go up.
Yeah. Okay, so we got slightly distracted, so we're gonna go back to that other area, but we heard there was a rooftop party deck. This is amazing. The views.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the views from like all over the place, they've really just maximized your opportunity to see everything. I don't even know, is this just like a big open space? I mean, it looks like it, but you can just see for eternity.
This is just amazing, man, it really is. As far as views in Colorado Springs, I'm gonna say it. I can't think of a better house view-wise that I've ever seen in Colorado Springs.
And they took advantage of it in the build, right? It's like with the glass everywhere, letting in all the light, giving yourself an opportunity to come up to this rooftop. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, this is dialed in. All right, let's check out well, like I said, we got a little bit distracted, but let's check out this upper level family room.
Okay, so we're seeing this trend. I'm just gonna show you the trend actually. So we're seeing the trend. It is now confirmed. Every freaking house that we've gone into has these bunks built in, and it's funny because I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw the same thing.
Yeah.
And this is over the garage. So again, it's like a space where it's like the sleepover. I'm gonna call it the sleepover room.
The kids spot, like probably chalk paint, on the walls, those kind of this TV wall, I guess?
Yeah, to be able to watch your sports, play giant Super Smash Brothers, whatever. So it's really like this area that your kids, let's go down the hallway. It's like this area where your kids, when they have all their friends over, it's like, just go to that space. Now here you have this kind of Murphy laundry room, which I've never seen.
Like a Jack and Jill, like a Jack and Jill laundry room.
Jack and Jill laundry room, but each bedroom on either side of it has its own little private bath. Yeah. Obviously.
So it's like an ensuite with a Jack and Jill laundry. Never seen this before, yeah. Basement and then finish up in the kitchen?
Yeah.
I'm assuming this is gonna be worthwhile.
Oh, this is insane. I saw part of it.
Like what the?
Do you see what we're looking at? This is a whole ass bar.
That's a technical term for it, yeah.
So we've seen the full one that we thought earlier. We're like, that's a pretty full bar.
Another thing that I'm seeing trend is golf simulator.
Yeah. So check this out.
Yeah.
You've got like a full-size golf simulator, or if you wanted to turn it into an airplane simulator, you could do that too.
Or movie room, maybe.
Put your F-35 in there.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah, so by the way, this is like a whole nother house down here because look how tall these ceilings are, which
11 and 10 foot, crazy.
is that,
Maybe even
that's 10.
that
I
might
think
be
that's
probably
11 and 12.
man, yeah.
I think it's 11 and 12.
Now note the like dark colors, right? Paint and ceiling are like an off black color, but it doesn't feel dark down here. Because the windows are so big.
You have this like whole garage thing. I mean, just the details of this bar are insane. Remember when I said this earlier? I wanted a room and a walk-in safe. Fortunately, they wouldn't tell me the code, but
This is like a step above, like, because you'll see a lot of custom homes in the area that have like concrete porch and then kind of like a concrete vault essentially, but on the inside of the house you get to it, but it's like an exterior door. This is straight up vault. This is, freaking Fort Knox.
okay, we got to do this quick because this is like a show-stopping. You can't not come in here.
It draws you in.
You have a, I'm going to call that a 13 or 14 foot long island that has got waterfall. It is porcelain.
Doesn't stain.
Doesn't stain.
Got kiddos. Great idea.
This thing
right? Yeah.
is really, really incredible. You have a double faucet sink, which is incredible. So tons of space for prep work.
I can't imagine it.
6 burners with a massive griddle, right? Like a full-size griddle. A lot of times you just see the ones that are long and skinny and they're like one, but then microwave. I mean, just this whole appliance deck is
And then also
pretty outrageous.
A lot of the appliances are set into, if I could find one maybe, might be over there. There's actually 2 dishwashers because you actually have another double sink over here. There you go. Dishwasher 1, dishwasher 2's around the corner.
And then another convection oven over here.
Yeah, coffee built-in espresso machine.
Obviously. And then as you go back around, which we'll get to, is a little pantry. But then obviously the fridge is also double built in as well. Sorry.
36-inch freezer, 36-inch fridge. Look at that. That's not bad.
This is for
Put some meats up there.
family living.
Did you notice this over here? Look at these slotting panels
no.
for your spices. Look at that.
Oh my
Both
God.
sides. That's a detail right there.
That is a detail. Look like you've been here before. look like you've seen this stuff before, guys. Calm down. And then of course we have to do this walk because this is the butler's pantry and the pantry area, which obviously, so real quick, of course everything is pulled out, done by Brooks Brothers Cabinetry. Super nice. But it just keeps going. Storage. So much opportunity.
To store things.
Crazy pants.
What didn't you like?
Okay, this is actually not a what didn't I like thing. This is
Touche.
You know what I'm going to say is, so we actually got to meet the owners / the builders, which is also pretty rare. And I got to say this before I say what I'm going to say. Sandy, the wife of the builder, they built this house for themselves.
Yes.
And that is actually really freaking cool.
Yeah.
And so when she was talking about like her inspiration and what she liked and like what brings her like joy, it was like no color.
Yeah.
Right. Like
style.
And so I think just for me throughout the house, it's like a little too monotone color for me. Like it is like very white and just different shades of white with like black.
Yeah.
So for me, it was just a little bit, I like having the more natural, it was a very California house is what it feels like to me.
So, yeah.
And less like a Colorado mountain house.
Yeah.
But that's probably mine.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would say, man, I'm on the same page with you. It's not my style, but if there's anything else I kind of say, I probably wouldn't have done it quite that way, is the basement. And I still really, really like the basement. It's just with all black ceiling, floor, walls, it still felt bright, but for me, I would have done it a little bit different. So just kind of
the basement just felt very industrial.
It did, yeah, that's a good word for it.
Yeah.
When we were walking through it, I was like, dude, this is nice.
Yeah, it's freaking cool.
But just probably
Just
not
a
what I
different
would
feel.
have done. Yeah.
Now, what did I love about this house the most? The bathroom. Easy. The master bathroom.
Hands down.
The shower tub area, like the master wing, but like to even narrow it down even further, the master bathroom was for me, like, that is like, for me, that's like almost the most important space in the house.
Okay, yeah. I would say concur with that. If I got to pick a different one, Because let's face it, location, 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 right? So with this house, the lot is amazing.
Yeah.
Edge of Black Forest, so you're super close to town. Stupid views of the entire front range, basically, we're looking at. So the location of this house is the most primo location I've been in. I can't remember a better one, but I'm gonna say at least in a very, very long time.
Well, and Sandy talked about, like, they had extra work done to make sure that the house was sitting high enough.
70 truckloads of dirt before they started building.
70?
Yeah.
Oh my
a lot
God.
of dirt brought in.
Because they wanted to build it up so that it was like over the tree line. So they had tree line and mountain views. It was exactly what she said that they were looking for. So
they just dialed it in, man. Yeah.
So thank you for trucking along with us. You can still get tickets. There's still time.
Yep.
Hop on Parade of Homes. It's like paradeofhomes.com. I don't know. Google Colorado Springs
Parade of Homes. Yeah.
So there's still time to go through and see all of these houses. There are so many more that we didn't even get to.
Yeah. We only hit what, 4 of them today.
And we actually have 5.
5. Yeah.
But we actually got permission to come back. We're going to do a full walkthrough of this house so that you can really see all the details. We'll actually probably do it with them because when you're with the builder, you get to see some of those details that, like, you
not
just
noticing.
You wouldn't notice, or you wouldn't know, or like what he was saying, what's behind the wall. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for sticking with us.